Listening Library presents Mighty Marvel Chapter Book Compilation, Black Panther, Battle for Wakanda, Ms. Marvel's Fists of Fury, Guardians of the Galaxy, Gamora's Galactic Showdown, by Marvel Press and Brandon T. Snyder. Read for you by Robin Miles.
Book 1, Black Panther, Battle for Wakanda, starring Black Panther by Brandon T. Snyder. The story of Black Panther. Growing up in a royal family wasn't always easy for Prince T'Challa. There was great pressure to live up to the legacy of his father, T'Chaka, the respected king of Wakanda. T'Chaka was also leader of the ancient Panther clan, a role passed down for generations. Everything changed the day an outsider named Ulysses Klaue arrived in Wakanda. He wanted to steal the country's resources for his own evil purpose. Klaue attacked T'Chaka, hitting him with one fatal blow. The loss of T'Chaka left the royal family heartbroken. As he grew older, T'Challa learned not to dwell on the past. His calling was to become more than just a prince. He loved science. He studied hard to become a thinker and trained his mind and body to work together. T'Challa studied fighting techniques and used a unique heart-shaped herb that gave him enhanced abilities. After inventing an impenetrable suit made of a powerful element called vibranium, T'Challa was ready to inherit his father's title. His metamorphosis into a hero was complete. People all over the world would soon revere the powerful, the magnificent, the legendary Black Panther. Chapter 1. In the heart of Wakanda sat a large mountain known as the Great Mound. The area held the nation's greatest resource, vibranium. This incredible sound-absorbing metal had been the source of Wakanda's advanced technology for centuries. Wakandans working in the mines considered it an honor to be chosen for such a role. Today, however, many of them did not feel very honored. "Look out!" a miner shouted. An explosion rocked the Great Mound as the white gorilla cultists stormed the area. They were led by a fearsome warlord known as M'Baku, who directed his mercenaries to destroy everything. Their savagery was known throughout Wakanda. However, their exact motives remained unclear. They hadn't stolen anything, nor had they before. Their only mission, it seemed, was to terrify. "Run for your lives!" another miner yelled. Terrified workers scattered in all directions as cultists ravaged the area. Pandemonium overtook the mound as miners desperately defended themselves against the brutal attack. A cultist raised his spear high into the air above an innocent miner, but before he could land a blow, a silent black streak darted across the Great Mound at lightning speed. It was the Black Panther, and he was angry. He pounced on the cultist, ripping the spear from his hand and tossing him through the air. The fallen cultist scoffed. "You have no idea what's coming." The ominous warning struck fear in Black Panther's heart. Avengers' business had kept him busy. He'd been spending more time outside of Wakanda than he was used to, and it left him feeling as if he didn't know what was going on inside his own country. "What do you want?" Black Panther growled. "You'll see," the cultist sneered. "Where is M'Baku?" Black Panther asked. Before he could answer, a new commotion swept through the mound. "Clear out!" the cultist roared. The cultists were retreating. they'd released a smoke bomb that coated the area in a thick cloud of fog to mask their exit. As the smoke cleared, Black Panther was left with even more questions. "Is everyone all right?" Black Panther asked the miners. "No!" a voice shouted. "We are not all right!" An angry miner named Atto barreled to the front of the throng. "Speak freely, Atto, so that you may be heard," Black Panther said. Atto's body tensed as he described the situation. "These white gorilla cultists have attacked the Great Mound 3 times in the past month. And for what?" Atto shouted. He paced back and forth with a nervous energy. "They do not steal our vibranium. Why then do they attack? When will this violence stop?" Atto looked at his fellow miners for approval. He hoped they too would speak up, but the crowd hung their heads low and remained silent. Atto turned his attention back to Black Panther. "Where have you been, dear king? Do you not know what is happening in your own kingdom?" Black Panther prided himself on being a kind and approachable leader. He wasn't used to being confronted with such anger from one of his own people. Atto's frustration was unmistakable. Black Panther wondered if his response would be enough. He considered his words carefully before speaking. "I'm aware of these previous assaults. I understand the terrible toll they've taken. I'm currently investigating the situation," he explained. "Ha!" Atto cackled. He turned, pointing to the other frustrated miners. "And you think this brings us comfort? We need a leader. Meanwhile, our king is too busy being a superhero." Atto's words stung. Black Panther cared deeply for the Wakandan people and had always done what he felt was in their best interest. Being an avenger and defending the earth was part of that mission. No, he wasn't so sure it was the best course of action. "Your father was devoted to his country. He died protecting it," Atto said. Black Panther's anger began to rise. "I love this country and will do anything to protect its people." "Prove it," Atto said. "Enough." Black Panther turned and addressed the crowd with authority. "It's true that I have a life outside our nation. I'm proud to walk among Earth's mightiest heroes. But hear me when I say, they do not own me. I am not at their beck and call." Vroom! A mechanical roar sounded in the distant sky, moving closer by the second. It was the Quinjet, chosen mode of transportation for the Avengers. The craft landed on the edge of the Great Mound as the assembled miners stared with curiosity. "Do you see? Do you see? Our king's masters are here to collect him," Atto said, turning to the other miners. "These people and their ugly spacecrafts. A Wakandan could create something 10 times better." The ship's door opened as Captain Marvel, Captain America, and War Machine stepped out. "Looks like you've got a real party going on here," War Machine joked. Black Panther's eyes narrowed. "I'm dealing with a situation that requires my full attention. What brings you to Wakanda?" he asked. "We need to speak with you," Captain America said. "We wouldn't have come all this way if it wasn't important." Atto released a hearty chuckle. "Then it is confirmed," he said, turning to the crowd once again. "Do you not see? He is owned by these Avengers. Our king serves another master." Captain America turned to Black Panther and gently
Sample complete. Ready to continue?